Sorry for the technical difficulties. I believe I am now over the air. Bit of a sound mix-up mishap there, but you are listening to the LI Sports Network. It's coverage of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. A great first period that you saw but could not hear. Goal scored by Jacob Siek, assisted from Zethner and Matarese, and another goal with a minute 30 by Peter Mikowski, with a great assist by Andrew Cohen. As we get set for period number 2, 2-0 Northport Huntington leading Southampton. Southampton looking to get their first win of the year. Northport Huntington look to remain undefeated. Puck goes deep into the Southampton end where it can be collected eventually and try to steer it up the other way. Goldstein had it for a moment, lost it, and now Northport Huntington retake control, skating it up the ice. Driscoll, good defensive play though made by Southampton. They'll take it back, skating it with speed in his own end. Captain of the team, Maxwell Goldstein. Eventually he's cut off and taken back the other way by Mikowski. Mikowski centers one, just hopped over the stick of Andrew Cohen. He tried to return him a great pass there. It sent him up for a goal, just as he did to Mikowski. Played by Driscoll. Nice little play there, but it's kept alive by Harrington. Harrington skates it to the front. Harrington still on it. Checked off the puck. A nice play there by Aiden Junkins. And now Driscoll recollects for Northport Huntington. Banks it off the boards, looking for Mikowski. Instead, it's intercepted and taken back the other way by Vergara. Goldstein poked away from him, and Southampton will have to retreat back in their own end. Banked along and gathered by Minardi. Scooted up the boards by Harrington. Met with resistance, and now Goldstein takes it out. 3-on-2 in on the other way. Goldstein. Nice little defensive play and a nice little chip up the boards by Junkins, but Goldstein still on it. Goldstein with numbers in front of the net, goes around the net, banks it, looking for Minardi. Now Minardi sends it out to Vergara. Vergara, that goes off the stick of Jacob Siek and out into the Southampton bench. 13-13 to go. Period number 1, 2-0. Northport Huntington lead. Goaltenders tonight, Trey Armasevitz and Rex Moscati. Face off to the right of Moscati. That shot ends up in the glove of Moscati, and we'll do it all over again. .13:07 to go, this time to the left of Rex Moscati, who has been perfect here tonight. Face off from Wetter, lost, and taken back up the other way by Northport Huntington. It's Matarese, or around that, rather McLaughlin around the net. Plays it to Zethner. Zethner, a shot deflection, rebound attempted. Oh, a great play to save a goal by Kessler. A must-have poke check, saved a goal there. McLaughlin plays it out in front. Good stick check on McLaughlin, rather, and now taken out the other way. Sent in the zone by McCourt. Collected by Matarese. Tries to outlet it on the near side boards, is able to do so. Played up by Northport Huntington, but a good play to steer it out of harm's way by Harrington. Now Goldstein. Goldstein on his backhand. Goldstein, save made by Moscati. Rebound. Goldstein almost took it and sent it in back the other way. Turned over. Southampton back on it. And skating in with speed is Harrington, but it's poked away from him. A nice play made by Siek. Taken back now by Northport Huntington, and trying to get it in deep there is Finn Reynolds. Battle commences. 2-3 players for Southampton against the lone Finn Reynolds. Harrington poked away from him by Mikowski. Now played in by Pisano. Matarese on it for Northport Huntington. Banks it up the boards, kept alive by Minardi. Backhander not strong enough. It's taken back by Minardi. He has it on the far circle. Minardi Dances around his own player. Now gets it back to Goldstein. Goldstein holding and eventually losing it, and Matt Reese will fire it out. It's going to go all the way down. Will it be an icing? It will. Face-off coming back down to the Northport Huntington zone. 11 minutes, 1 second remaining here, period number 2. Northport Huntington with that 2-0 lead. But Southampton knocking on the door. Andrew Wetter has had their best chances here tonight. He takes the draw, but it's won by Northport Huntington. Skated out and chipped into the zone by Mikowski. Kessler on it for Southampton. No icing here. Nice chip there by Mikowski to ensure there would not be an icing. Wetter. Andrew Wetter finds his teammate streaking into the zone. Quinlan Riley. Clearing attempt doesn't work. Kept in by Vergara. Nice little move there by Vergara. Chips it down deeper. Played on by Keegan Riley. Intercepted by Andrew Cohen, who collects for Northport Huntington and will chip it out. A nice little pass there to a streaking Charles Solis. Solis into the zone. Good little stick, though. Prevents that from turning into anything as it's shipped out of the zone by Keegan Riley. Driscoll fires in for Northport Huntington. Vergara on it for Southampton. Wetter gets there, tries to skate it out, and is able to do so. Goes around 2 Tigers in the process. Wetter, can he go around them all? No, he cannot. Driscoll puts an end to that. Good poke check there from him. Kept in the zone, though, by that one by Quinlan Riley. Keegan Riley also out there. Put some pressure on Driscoll. Driscoll skated to safety. Was looking for a pass there, and this is going to become an icing for Northport Huntington. 9 minutes, just under 9:30 to go. Face-off coming to the right of Rex Moscati, who has been perfect here tonight. In to take the draw is Goldstein, captain of this Southampton squad. Is Goldstein. Finding Harrington. Harrington unable to settle down that puck. Still, though, it is Harrington on his backhand, and it's taken away by McLaughlin, who outlets Siak. Siak in with speed. Siak to the net. Save made! Trey Armasevich. How do you do? And it's all the way down for an icing, but that's an icing you'll take if you're Southampton. What a save. Trey Armasevich. 2 seconds over 9 minutes to go. Or in English, 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go here. Second period. Still a 2-0 game. Due in large part to that fabulous save by Armasevich. And he makes another blocker save there. Back to the point. Zethner. Plays it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin. Played out of the zone by Goldstein. Minardi pressuring Zethner. Zethner to Reynolds, or rather his defensive partner, who fires it all the way down the ice, and that's going to be an icing on Northport Huntington. .8:28 to go in period number 2. Face off to the left of Moscati, won by Southampton, but it comes out of the zone. Pisano has to make a good play on it here. He takes it to his backhand, spins around, gets it to Goldstein. Goldstein around Cohen. Goldstein into the zone, to the backhand. Hounded there by Zethner. Great play by Zethner. Picked up by Minardi. Fires, save made. And then it deflects into the glove of Rex Moscati. Couple seconds over 8 minutes to go. Period number 1. Pardon me, period number 2. Northport Huntington still clinging on to that 2-goal lead they established in period number 1. Wetter and the Rileys are out for Southampton. Face off won by Solis. Northport Huntington try to clear it once, doesn't go. They'll try the near side boards. Resistance, though, is met there in the form of Pisano, and that one eventually gets banked out of the zone. Recollected by Kessler. Kessler, that pass intercepted. Moves in, shot deflected and wide off the stick of Solis. Played around to the other side, Solis. That one fanned on. Keegan Riley to Quinlan Riley. To Andrew Wetter. Wetter on his forehand trying to get around Driscoll, and Driscoll once again, great defensive work. Intercepted by Kessler. Tries to fire it in. Both Rileys unable to get a stick on it, and now skating it in is Mikowski. His shot gloved. Great glove save made by Trey Armasevitz. 7:03 to go, or 04 to go, period number 2. Back and forth game. It's been a close one, despite their records. Again, Northport Huntington coming into this one undefeated 3-0. Southampton looking for their first win of the year, 0-3. Face off, one to the back. Zethner, shot from the point, whistles wide. Southampton trying to skate it out, and then they're able to do so. But it's poked right back in deep. Reynolds in after it. Good defensive play, though, by Vergara. Vergara tried to get it out the near side. Again, try the far side. Banks it to Wetter. Wetter chips it out to Goldstein. Goldstein in with speed. Zethner chasing after him. Centering feed in the skates, and a save made by Mascotti. Fabulous save there by Rex Mascotti. We'll give it another look. There's the feed across from Goldstein in front. Minardi was there, and a fabulous save. As we get back to action, puck goes careening wide, recollected by Goldstein. Nice play there by Goldstein, hits the brakes, moves into the zone, takes it to the forehand around a few sticks, fires wide. Kept in at the point by Vergara. Vergara fires a skipper on goal, and a save made by Mascotti. Minardi challenging Zethner. Zethner chips it out of the zone. Vergara had it for a moment, coming into the zone, but offside for Northport Huntington, and that was Dylan McLaughlin coming in a little offside, a little hold up at the blue line, ensured that play went offside. Deep into period number 2, 2-0, Northport Huntington lead. Both of their goals coming from the first period. Firing into the zone there, Driscoll. Pisano to get it. Forechecking hard, though, is Solis. Comes up the near side boards. Goldstein, 2 aside. If Minardi hurries, it's a 3-on-2, but it's all Goldstein. But a nice play to steer it away from him. At that time, the defensive play made by Junkins. It's all the way down into the Southampton end, where they have to retreat and start it up once more, and doing so is Goldstein. He's been up and down the ice, just unable to get any real opportunities on goal. Here's one that goes over the net. McCourt hustling to keep it in. He's unable to do so. He's back on it, playing it to Pisano, who will fire it in for Southampton. On it there is Driscoll. Southampton are offside, so it's an easy zone exit here for Declan Driscoll. Takes it to his backhand, the right-handed shot. Eventually it's poked free and sent back in the zone, and Driscoll will have to do it all over again. 4:42 to go, second period, 2-0. Northport Huntington lead. Driscoll on his forehand, chips it up the boards. Can be played on now by Stefano McCourt. Recollected by Northport Huntington, and now Peter Mikowski fires into the Southampton end. Nice play for the moment, but it's broken up. Cohen a shot. That gets blocked and deflects wide. Mikowski. Centering feed. Cohen one-timer. Didn't get all of it, but still there to make the save in good position. Trey Armasevitz. 4:14 to go, period number 2. Face-off coming deep in the Southampton zone to the right of Trey Armasevitz. Wetter and McLaughlin, and it's won by Wetter. Northport Huntington trying to make a play on the puck, unable to do so. Recollecting in their own end, and a risky but successful pass made. Skating in with it now, Harrington. From his defensive spot, Harrington with the left shot, moves in, and it's broken up and taken back the other way. Wetter there for Southampton to make sure nothing happens to that. Skates in with it, chips it around Matarese, but it's recollected by Zethner. The Northport Huntington defense have done a fabulous job so far in this one, preventing any real scoring chances for Southampton. That one is collected at the other end of the ice and sent out to the blue line. Matarese sends that one to the front. Opportunity, a diving Armasevitz preventing a goal from happening there. Puck at the near side boards. Centering try from Siak had a wide open Finn Reynolds on the other side. He couldn't get it to him. Zethner, that's not out. Turnover, Minardi for Southampton. Around the net he goes, challenged by Matarese. Try to play it out in front. There was Goldstein, no one on the other end of it. Foot race, it's won by Siak. Siak moves in to the backhand, scores! Second goal of the game for Siak. It's 3-0. And we'll take another look at this one. Beautiful breakaway goal for Jacob Siak, his second of the game. And it gives Northport Huntington a 3-0 lead. Back-breaking goal for Southampton as they have come pretty close to making it a one-goal game once more, but they have to move on, move forward, and try to get the next goal. And that was just what the doctor ordered if you were Northport Huntington. Going down there was Driscoll, and after him was Minardi. Played up the far side boards, controlled and exited. Now on the stick of Mikowski. Mikowski will just finesse that one through, where it can be collected by Goldstein. Goldstein goes down. That'll get the referee's arm up for the first time today. It'll be Southampton going to the power play, and boy, is this what they need. To try to make it a 2-goal game once more, they go to the power play with exactly 2 minutes to go in the period. So they have literally to the end of the period on this power play to muster up a goal. Of course, if they score before then, power play won't last the full 2 minutes. Face off here, Goldstein wins it. They needed that. Harrington, one-timer from the point, just missed far side. He had Mascotti beat, but he missed the net. Freed up and cleared out of the zone. Harrington on it, banks it ahead. Chipped there. Minardi had a shot at it. Eventually, it's Matarese sending it in deeper for Northport Huntington, but now to recollect is Wetter. Plays it to Goldstein, rides up his stick and comes in deep. Zethner on it, fires it up the boards and out. Unable to hold in was Kessler. Now in with it is Harrington. That shot fought off and covered by Mascotti. Great job and great piece of goaltending there by Mascotti, standing tall to make the stop. Minute 4 seconds to go on the power play and in the period. Goldstein on to take the draw, but winning it back was Siak. Matarese tried to fire it around, wouldn't go. And a player down in front is Wetter. The results of a scrum in front. Wetter's on it now, poked away from him neatly by Siak. Harrington. Taken away by Siak. Ridden off by Goldstein, who will take it back for Southampton. Goldstein through the neutral zone, into the offensive zone, on his backhand. Goldstein around the net. Goldstein eventually ridden off there by Siak. Back to McCourt. McCourt keeps in. Wetter. Round a couple, throws it to the front, and it's frozen by Mascotti. 20 seconds to go in the period and the power play. Face off. Stuck in the center dot. Now Goldstein fires one. It gets blocked. Ricochets all the way out to McCourt on the far point. Plays it in deeper, looking for Wetter. Holds in at the blue line. Strong keep in by McCourt. Time winding down, and that'll do it for period number 2. The lone goal scorer, Jacob Siak, on the breakaway, making this one a 3-0 lead for Northport Huntington. We'll be back for the conclusion of this game. You're listening to the LI Sports Network. I'm Ryan Brannigan. Be back for the third. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Rinks and Hop Hog. I'm Ryan Brannigan, and on behalf of LISN's coverage of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Southampton trying to get their first win of the year. They trail Northport Huntington by a score of 3-0. A 2-goal first period, and then 1 goal scored by Jacob Siak on the breakaway in that second period is how we got here. A lot of opportunities for Southampton, but a lot of pretty low probability of scoring chances. That's due in large part to the excellent defense being played by Northport Huntington. We'll see if they hold on to this 3-goal lead to move to 4-0 on the year. Wetter plays it up the boards, banks it off the boards to do so, in on his backhand, but he's ridden off there by Driscoll. Again, Northport Huntington defense keeping him to the outside, and now it's taken away by Siak. Started up the other way, goes off the boards, looking for McLaughlin, unable to get a hold of him. Comes back into the Northport Huntington end, where it can be played on further. Rolling around and played by Aiden Junkins. Up the boards it goes. Here's a long-range shot that gets blocked off the body of Junkins. Played to the front and scored! Southampton break through and open the score. Their first of the game. It's 3-1. And we'll take another look. Just a little fluky ricochet in front, and it just fits underneath the pad of Rex Mascotti. And we've got ourselves a 2-goal game here early in the third period. Goldstein on with Merritt, Bistron, Emptage, as well as Cam Minardi. Face-off kicks to the back, and now can be controlled by Solis. Solis will send it in for Northport Huntington. And recollected and skated out now by Goldstein. Good defensive play by Southampton there as they'll look to try to make this a 1-goal game. Here's Goldstein, and a great stick at the last second by Liam Matarese prevents a grade A opportunity for the captain of Southampton. They are right back in the zone. It goes. Matarese plays it away from Goldstein. Banks it off the boards to Cohen. Andrew Cohen was looking for Peter Mikowski, but it's intercepted by Kessler. Mikey Kessler backhands that one out of the zone. Cut off by Zethner. Minardi had a go of him, but it's sent into the zone. Vergara for Southampton. Quickly up to Wetter, and now Goldstein. Goldstein trying to get around Matarese, and Matarese got in the way. Back into the Southampton zone it goes. Good push from Southampton as they try to get this to a 1-goal game. Here comes Goldstein, and another good stick by Matarese, but still it's Goldstein sending it behind, recollected by Minardi. Cam Minardi up the near side boards, will backhand it in deeper for Wetter. Up the near side boards, and still in the zone, kept alive by Minardi. Fires it in the opposite end board, opposite end corner. Wetter intercepts, but unable to really do anything with it. He's hounded by a bunch of Tigers there, and Southampton have to reset. Pisano flips it out, was looking for Wetter. It'll bounce over his stick, but Wetter first on it. Sharp angle shot, and a save made by Moscati. That was a difficult save to make from a very sharp angle. A very good shot coming off the stick there of Andrew Wetter. He's on to take the draw. He's got both Rileys with him, Keegan and Quinlan. But it's won by Northport Huntington, and they'll skate free. It's Driscoll up the far side boards. Driscoll in with it. Backhands one out in front. Score! What a play! What a pass from Driscoll, and it's merely tapped into the net far side. Nothing for Trey Armisevich to do. A beautiful pass and a nice tap-in goal for McLaughlin. But what a pass by Driscoll. Are you kidding me? Backhand sauce perfectly on the stick of McLaughlin, and all he had to do was tap it in the net. 4-1. Northport Huntington respond. A goal against the flow of play. Makes it 4-1. They reestablish the 3-goal lead. Back in it though is Minardi for Southampton. They're not out of this yet. They know that they can break through, and that pass for Wetter doesn't go. McCourt, long-range shot, deflects wide. Wetter first on it for Southampton as they battle Junkins. Recollected by Wetter. Finds Goldstein. Goldstein, nice nifty little play, and he'll keep it alive. Takes it away from Sia. Goldstein, long-range shot, just missed wide. Wetter fires that one. That's deflected by McLaughlin. Put out in front, nobody home for Southampton. And now back the other way they go. Finn Reynolds for Northport Huntington. Takes it to his backhand. Try to get it back to his forehand. Nobody home in front of the net. Wetter banks it off the boards. Played by Minardi. Played back, though, by Southampton and Zethner, and they'll fire it in deep. McCourt met by Mikowski. McCourt chips it out, but not out of the zone. Kept in by Northport Huntington. Sharp angle shot goes over the top. Kept in by Zethner. His shot sticked aside by Armisevich. McCourt plays it out of the zone for Southampton. Northport Huntington and Zethner first on it. Sends it in deep. Vergara. Kessler almost lost it. Recollects behind his net. Hits the brakes and will try the far side. Riley slows it up. Joined by Goldstein. Goldstein hounds Matarese. Turns it over to Riley, but Goldstein was offside. Had to touch up. And that's causing the late forecheck for Southampton. Northport Huntington defensemen just play catch in their own zone, and now it's Cohen who plays it out to Mikowski. Mikowski try to get it around Pisano, unable to do so. Back the other way comes Goldstein to the forehand. Blocker save. Rex Moscati was Johnny on the spot. Great positioning to shut down that opportunity. Wetter, that's unable to get it. Charles Solis takes it the other way. And Northport Huntington just offside there. 9 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Period number 3. Southampton made it a 2-goal game. They got the first goal of the period, making it 3-1, but a quick, swift response. Great pass from Driscoll. Across, tapped in by McLaughlin, and it's 4-1. Played in deep in the Southampton zone. Back to get it and skate it free. Hunter Harrington now to Andrew Wetter, but he overskated it. Played back now. Mateo McCourt sends one on, and a rebound given up there. Big rebound given up by Rex Muscati. Nifley poked out of the zone by Finn Reynolds. Finn Reynolds skates it in on his backhand, plays it across. It's backhanded once more and saved and gloved and held by Trey Armasevitz. Southampton running out of time to get back here in this one. It's been a defensive clinic by Northport Huntington, keeping everything to the outside, limiting Southampton's chances despite it being a pretty evenly possessed game so far in this one. Both teams plenty of opportunities. Northport Huntington just getting the better of those set opportunities. And again, due in large part due to the defense. And not to be outstated, Rex Muscati's play in net. Here's an opportunity the other way. In with speed. Tarrington, or rather Goldstein, plays it around the net. Kept alive by McCourt. McCourt in his feet, still loose, poked free. Goldstein on it, gets it back to Wetter. Wetter through a lot of traffic, blocker save at the last moment by Rex Muscati. Skated free by McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets it over to Finn Reynolds. Finn Reynolds overskates it, as does Harrington, but Harrington first on it. Skates it free. Harrington, that one gets deflected into the empty penalty box, and we'll get a whistle. 7:50 to go. Period number 3, 4-1 Northport Huntington lead. Southampton looking for their first win of the year. They've got a line of Wetter and Goldstein. They like to keep them separate, akin to your Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, but when desperate times call for it, they're together, and they are now. Shot, just getting a piece and sending it wide was Muscati off the stick of Wetter. Cohen, the near side boards, looking to play it out, does so. Vergara playing it to Cam Minardi. Minardi skates in with speed. Minardi drops it for Goldstein. Try to get it back to Minardi, but unable to do so. Fired around. Kept in, no. Cleared out by Cohen. Cohen finds Mikowski, fires it, and a glove save made. Trey Armasevitz. 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go in period number 3. Face-off between Goldstein and Solis, won by Goldstein, played behind by Minardi. And they're able, Minardi skates it free, has Wetter. Wetter chips it into the zone. He's the first one in after it, but Zethner, paying close attention to him, kept alive at the blue line by Vergara. Goldstein has it at the circle. Looking, but nothing to see. Now Wetter from a sharp angle. That one goes high and wide. Short side, was trying to beat Muscati, blocker side. On the back, it's Zethner, hounded by Goldstein. Goldstein, unable to get a hold of it. Nice chip by Zethner, but it's recollected by Southampton and Wetter. Vergara, back to Wetter. Wetter skating it on his backhand, try to chip it out in front, goes off the side of the net. Clearing attempt for Northport Huntington successful. Cohen, good headman pass ahead to Mikowski. Mikowski skates it in, tries to center it, it's blocked. Nice block there by Kessler. Once more, Solis sends it around the net. Minardi there, now Solis. Time ticking. We're under 6 minutes. Vergara. Unable to get around Solis. And now Driscoll will skate it up for Northport Huntington. 2-on-2 across. Driscoll holds up, waits, fires, scores! What a shot! An absolute rip off the stick of Declan Driscoll. 4-1 turns to 5-1 Northport Huntington, and we'll take another look. Just stops at the circle and rips it high blocker. What a snipe. Got a hunch you might be seeing that one on last night's best. If you're not following on Instagram, you should be. At LI Sports Network as we resume action in this 4-goal game. Siak, who got things started, plays it to the back. And no one on the other end of it. Driscoll recollects in front of Mascotti. Behind the net he goes, and he'll come away with it. A frustrating loss for Southampton as they had a lot of possession. And there's another goal. Finn Reynolds makes it 6-1 Northport Huntington. But as I was saying before this recent flurry of goals for Northport Huntington, it's really been a pretty well-played game for Southampton. They just unable to generate enough high-scoring opportunities, not getting enough finish, and obviously as the game gets more and more away from you, you cheat more and more odd man rushes going on the other way. And it can get away from you very quickly, especially against a good team, the undefeated Northport Huntington Tigers. It's held in by Kessler. Long-range shot goes off the side of the net. It actually got past Mascotti, but did not get past the iron outside frame of the net. Goldstein tried to work his way through. Zethner there to deny him. They collide in the near side boards. In the corner they work. Minardi comes away with it. Goldstein is down, and this is not looking too good. Their captain down on the ice, 3:50 to go in period number 3. Step aside. As you saw there, Goldstein skates his way to the bench under his own power. You'll love to see that. It's kind of a weird freak tanglement in the corner there. He's on the bench. See if he gets back into the game. Face-off won by Wetter. Wetter will take it now for Southampton. Tries to split the D, and Driscoll having none of it. Kept alive for the moment by Maribistrin Emptage. Now Harrington. Hunter Harrington into the zone. Winds up, fires, scores! Not a bad idea. Just grip it and rip it. Exactly what Harrington does. And it's 6-2. Take another look at this beautiful rip. Does it go off of the defender's stick? It might have, before finding its way past goaltender Mascotti. 6-2 is the score. Three minutes, 29 seconds remain. See a timeout being called. You know, it's never truly over until it's over. Four goals in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, it's possible. Certainly not probable. But I digress. Goldstein out there. Love to see it. Following what might have been a scary injury, he's back out there on the ice with Minardi and Wetter. One forward by Wetter. Chips it ahead, looking for Goldstein. Minardi also with him in the corner. Goldstein charging to the net, looking for some help. Just had swarming defense from Northport Huntington, really giving these players no time for Southampton, especially in the offensive zone. That slap shot goal off the stick of Harrington was probably the most time Southampton players had in this, in their zone in quite some time. Harrington fires it out of the zone. Minardi trying to get on the other end of it. Driscoll had other plans, chips it out and neutralized. Now it's Siek the other way. Siek centers one that's intercepted by Wetter coming back. Good back check by Andrew Wetter. Tries to find Minardi ahead, and eventually he does so. Minardi lost control, and he'll circle back in the neutral zone, try to get into the zone with some speed. In the feet, and taking too much time to make a play on it there was Southampton. And Kessler back in the Southampton end it goes. Harrington on it. 2:17 to go. Time running out for Southampton. Stick breaks of the Northport Huntington player, but Siek sees that as no problem as he goes in after it, and maybe might have just dropped it as he picks it back up there. Goldstein on it. Lets three Northport Huntington players fly past him before getting it across to Minardi. But again, nowhere to go, no room out there for the Southampton team. Despite the control, despite the possession in the neutral zone, having a hard time getting in the zone, and then in the zone creating space and opportunities. Minute 38 to go in regulation time. 6-2 Northport Huntington lead. That's taken away by Harrington. Hunter Harrington moves in with it. Has Goldstein with him. Goldstein controlling at the circle, and again hounded by two Northport Huntington Tigers. Comes back to Vergara. That one got through, and a save made by Mascotti. Perfect positioning there as he swallows that puck. No rebound given up. Nice shot from Vergara. Nothing can go wrong there as you just try to get another shot toward the net. You never know what could happen, like with the Harrington shot. Could deflect, could create a rebound, but great goaltending from Mascotti. And we're going to see another timeout here. This time I believe it's going to be Southampton taking the timeout. Northport Huntington took the previous one. And it's a perfect time to do a little game summary. Starting off the first period, Jacob Siek, 10:09. From Jackson, Zethner, and Liam Mataris got Northport Huntington on the board. And then with a minute, at a minute 30, with a minute 30 remaining, Peter Mikowski on a beautiful feed from Andrew Cohen made it 2-0. Then not a lot happened in that second period, but eventually Jacob Siek scored an unassisted goal on the breakaway. 2:36 remaining in that period when he did so. But this third period started off good for Southampton. Andrew Wetter scored from Keegan Riley at 14-11, but that was followed up by 3 more Northport Huntington goals. Dylan McLaughlin from Driscoll, then Driscoll's Clapper, and then Finn Reynolds. As the face-off controlled for the moment by Goldstein, taken back though by Northport Huntington. And Junkins now played up the far side boards. Nice little move there, and a sharp angle shot doesn't go off the stick of Wetter. Plays it out to McCourt on the point. Plays it in deeper. Taken out of the zone with speed is Siak. Siak through the sea of red. Backhands one, scores! Highlight reel goal for the hat trick. Jacob Siak, take a bow. Second look at it, finishes with the backhand. A beautiful goal to cap off a fantastic night for Jacob Siak. Third of the game. 7-2 Northport Huntington lead. It's going to put this one out of reach for good. And just another beautiful goal scored by a Northport Huntington Tiger, and they're not done yet. Solis across, nobody home. Kept alive by Matarese. Flipped all the way down the ice. It's going to be an icing. No, the referees will not call it because there's only 1 second and we're done. 7-2 victory. A great performance by the undefeated Northport Huntington Tigers. They had defense, they had offense, they had goaltending, and that's how you end up 4-0 and winning a game 7-2. It was a strong effort throughout most of the game, though, by Southampton. 0-3, looking for that first win. They kept it close for a while, but ultimately, Northport Huntington prevailed. Southampton dropped to 0-4. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'm Ryan Branigan. Join us next time on the LI Sports Network, including our coverage of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Have a good night.